Hello, my sweet friend. I am Cristina Arevalo, a cake decorator, coach, and teacher, and I am here to empower my fellow cake artists to unleash their creativity and unite as a strong cake community. Whether you are a seasoned professional or just starting out, this podcast is here to support and empower you on your cake decorating journey. Let me coach you for success by setting achievable goals, understanding that managing your time and having a positive mindset, knowing your customers, and learning how to teach your craft are all as important as flour, sugar, and eggs. I'll share what has worked for me from a very personal and relatable perspective. My goal is to help you establish your presence, reduce stress related to time and working hours, and engage in cake collaborations and competitions. Eventually, you could become that featured cake artist in a magazine or teach at international events just like me. Welcome to the Art Cake Coach podcast. Well, hello, my sweet friends, and welcome to another episode of the Art Cake Coach podcast. Christina here, super happy to have you all back here. Today is quite hot. I'm actually recording on my phone a little bit of the episode today, and as you can see, if you're watching, this is for later use of social media. So if you're watching, you see that my room, my studio is quite dark because I had to put my shades down. The sun is coming up out on this side of the house, so it's quite hot and warm. It's only 9 in the morning. Usually here where I live is not this hot, but it's hot today. So summer is here. Everyone who's summer lover would love who loves summer. Summer is here. I do like it when I'm on vacation. I'm still not on vacation, so I have mixed feelings about it. But however, I think I'm gonna have to. I will try to get a few hours this afternoon and just go to the beach and enjoy some sun. I'm having here a very nice coffee that to share my morning with you guys. So today's episode is still in the. We're still talking about accountability. Is the accountability month, is the month where we go and review everything that we have done so far, mid-year review if you want to call it. So we have already covered all our mindset, money mindset, pricing. We covered our goals. We haven't covered time management. We should. We're going to leave that for the last one. But today I wanted to go very quickly. It's not going to be a long episode. I'm going to try not to make it a very long episode because today I want to dedicate this mid-year review accountability month to social media. So today it's all about accountability and goal reviewing for social media. Don't go anywhere because the episode is about to start. Hey, my sweet friend, if you like this episode and enjoy this podcast, there is only one thing I want from you. Please like, follow, and leave me a started review in any of your favorite podcast platform where you're listening to this podcast now. This way, this program can keep growing. The algorithm will show it to more cake artists who will benefit from it. Download the episode, share it on your social media, and tag me, and I'll gladly tag you and follow you back. I would love to hear what you have to say. You can leave me a voice message on Anchor, Spotify for podcasters, answer the questions and polls on the episode, or leave me a comment on my social media. Even if you don't like what I say, I would love to hear your opinion. And let me invite you to follow me on Instagram as at the Art K Coach or in any of my social media accounts. I'll leave you all the links in the description of this episode. Thank you so much for listening to the Art K Coach podcast. Okay, like any other part of our business, we already mentioned the goal, we mentioned pricing, we mentioned money mindset, and but like any aspect of our business, social media cannot be left behind. I have done many episodes here on the Arcade Coach podcast about social media. And as I always say, social media is the window of our business. Our cake business is very visual. So having a well tailored social media account is always a plus for our business. And I think most of us function more on social media than on our own websites, which is something that I always recommend. Everybody should have their own web or their own page somewhere, somehow, so your content is protected. But we're not going to go into that just yet. Now, social media. Talking about social media, I just recently finished a social media challenge. Uh, it was with the amazing Kate Tanyan. I hope I'm saying correctly your name, sweetheart. Um, she's an amazing businesswoman, coach, cake artist. She's really taking seriously the task of educating and helping her community. And I have great news. She's going to be here on the show probably next week or the other week ahead. But I don't want to go too deep today on social media. We're going to touch bases on something, on some of the things that are very important to take into consideration. But I have to say that she will be on the episode, and I'm going to take as much information as I can from her about social media, because it actually works. Her challenge, I just recently finished the challenge, and is my bad. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do the challenge the week that was supposed to do, so I did it the next week. Couldn't do it every day. It's been kind of hectic and weird with everybody in my family is on holidays, and how we have family visiting and we have doctor's appointments and we have so many things going on. But I tried, and I have to say I didn't give it my 100 to 100%. I will say I gave it like 60, 70%. And I my numbers went up in all the statistics on social media just by her advices. And we're going to have her here on the show talking everything and more about social media. But today's episode, it's I want you, before we get deeper into the information of social media with Kate, I want you to sit down and check, like we have done before with our goals and we have done with their pricing and with our money mindset. Let's check how our social media is going, where is going, if it's going anywhere, if it's happening at least. And there's some basic twist that you can be doing here and there in order to make your social media accounts um, important, count, and make an actual difference in your business. Of course, it's important to review the everything we do in our business several times a year. We are taking this 6 month strategy to do it in the middle of the year, but it's very important to do it regularly, and we have mentioned this before. Social media is no different from this. Okay, so the first thing we need to revisit and we need to review about our social media is, guess what? Our goals. What is it that we want from our social media? When we started at the beginning of the year, you probably, if you've been following the RK Coach podcast, if you've been following everything we do here, you know that we started the beginning of the year with goals, and one of the main focus of our goals in our cake business is usually social media. People want to really tackle and get their social media together. So how is it going? What were those goals that you had at the beginning of the year? If you did have any goals at the beginning of the year, I'm pretty sure that when we all started at the beginning of the year, you had goals in mind regarding your social media. What was it? Was it increasing your followers? Was it to boost engagement? Was to drive traffic to your website or to your local business? Was to just showcase your new designs, your cakes, or whatever it is that you're doing? But there must have been something when you started this year that said, okay, I want my social media to be focused on that. So how is it going? Ask yourself that question. What was my goal at the beginning of the year, and is it working so far? I have to say my social media, and let's get to the confession time. You know that. My social media. Okay, I started the year with the idea to have a very tailored social media. But as the month went by, I realized that those pristine, very tailored social media accounts are not me. It just feels fake. If it feels like I do keep the brand. I do keep you. If you see the aesthetic, you see that everything is in the shades of purples and the tone of the conversation and the language that is used. The brand is there, values are there, but trying to keep that very clean aesthetic, like everything is too structured. It's not me, because there's a part of me that is not like that. It's me. It's Christina. You know me. Um, I could be, I could be very organized, but I could be very all over the place at the same time. But I'm me. I'm very me. So I cannot do anything that is not me, and that didn't feel like me. Having that social media so well structured and so pristine, and when you get into those accounts and everything is beige and brown, and you have seen that. I'm sure you have seen them. It looks great when you see it. It's like, whoa, I wish my social media would look like that. But that's not me. That's the thing. That's not me. So I think it was around March that I realized, hey, this is not me. So I switched it up a little bit, and I started to let it loose. Try to make it. I'm talking about the K Coach account on Instagram. So I tried to, make it more loose, make it more relaxed, more like, okay, this is me. And I start getting results, showing up more, having more videos where I'm talking, where people see me, more reels. Reels are, I mean, listen to everyone who tells you the reels convert, because they do. So that was like the first shift in the year. So my goal changed, because my goal at the beginning was like, oh, okay, I want to have everything pristine and structured. And no, I realized that's not me. So my goal changed to, I want more followers. Then I started seeing that I wasn't, and I'm going to be honest, I wasn't dedicated as much time as I should have to my social media, because I think it was around April, I started feeling like I was tired. And you can listen to that in some episodes here on the podcast. I was just tired of social media. And I could feel that everybody else was, like, the engagements in on Facebook and the groups were going down. People was tired. I don't know if it was a reaction after the pandemic, like everybody lived their lives on social media, and now people was like, no, I need some real connection. I need to get out of the house. I need to, and a lot of people had to dedicate to their business because the economy was bad, still not 100%, and very unstable. And it's like, no, I really need to focus on working, making money. I cannot be dancing on TikTok anymore, or participating on online activities and stuff. So the engagement was very low. So I got a little bit frustrated, and I was like, I'm tired. I'm tired of this. So I didn't dedicate. I think it was around, March, April, that I stopped dedicating time to my social media. I was just tired. I was like, I had enough of this. And I shift my focus to other things. So of course the engagement went down, and you feel a little bit frustrated. You feel like, oh, this is not for me. But I always had this idea and this feeling that in the back of my mind, even though I said, no, you need more followers, you need more people. Yeah, of course we do need more followers, more people for conversion. But I always had this idea that it's not about the following, it's about how you serve the people that you have in your social media. And I've said this before here on the episodes. So my goal shift, I don't know if it was an excuse, I'm being honest, guys, but actually when I shift my goal to, I'm going to serve the people who are actually here, instead of focusing on getting stressed because I don't get more followers. Things are starting to get easier for me, and I dedicated time to my social media accounts with more ease and with better results. In the middle of all of that, I found Kate, which she's going to be here on the episode on the podcast. I think it's next week or the other week ahead. And she gave a lot of good insights about Instagram and about social media. I learned from her, and I started putting things in practice. Things started to move again. So right now, in the middle of this year, I find myself with a very different goal. on social media. So, what I want to do with my social media is I want to keep it real, I want to keep it me. Okay, that goal stays the same. I want to keep making or converting more of the followers that I already have into clients or into podcast guests or into members of the community, so I can really see a result out of that. And I think for the future to come, my third goal will be to actually start, getting more followers, but the right way. Getting more followers because they actually want to see what I do. So I shift my perspective. Instead of I need followers, is how can I serve these people the best way possible so they find my content interesting and educative, so they will stick with me. That was my shift in in the goal of social media. So that was after a long string of, a long time thinking and realizing, what am I doing with this, and getting overwhelmed and getting frustrated and getting tired. So my question to you is, or my task to you, you have a homework. I want you to sit down, take a look at your social media, and really honestly think, what do you want out of um, your social media accounts? What do you really want out of your social media accounts? Um, and what can you actually get out of your social media accounts? Focus on your service. What do you serve? What do you do that you can serve the people that are there for you? In my case, I have to say it worked for me because it gave me a totally different perspective, and it gave me a purpose in social media, not just to be dancing on TikTok. I still refuse to have TikTok. I almost installed TikTok like a week ago because the reels are real good on TikTok. And I was like, but no, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I'm still reluctant to have TikTok, not another platform. I just can't with another one. But I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. Maybe in the future I will install TikTok and you will see me on TikTok. Not dancing, but you will see me on TikTok for sure. So first point in our agenda today: sit down, review your goals, see what has worked for you so far. What have you done that actually moved the needle in your social media accounts? What can you do to actually move the needle, and what is that you want as a result, but that actually resonates with you and serves your community? So that's the first thing we're going to do today: review our goals for social media. Hello, my sweet friend. Let me invite you to subscribe to the Art K Coach podcast exclusive content platform. By becoming a member, you'll get exclusive monthly content and access to audio classes and workshops on goal setting, time management, social media posting, pricing mindset, and teaching. Get access to exclusive bonus content for only €2.99 a month. Check out the link to subscription platform on the description of this episode. Let me help you on your cake journey and coach you for success here at the Art Cake Coach podcast. Okay, another thing that you need to check on your social media today, ASAP, do it. Check the performance of your metrics analysis. Check your insights. What's working and what's not working. And you should do that not every 6 months. You should do that monthly. Sit down and analyze the performance or the key performing metrics of your social media. Like, for example, the follower growth, the engagement rates. For each post, how many people like it, comment, share it, save it. If you are redirecting traffic to your website or to service or to a YouTube channel, to whatever you're redirecting traffic, How is that working? Is it converting? If it is not converting, conversion rates in quite like orders or clients coming directly from social media. Sit down and really analyze all this data, because that data could be key to what's coming for the next 6 months of the year. It's not worth it, even though, for example, there's some posts that I just love to make, that are very easy to make, and they are the post where I announce the new episodes. But I have realized that if I just do a post instead of a reel, it doesn't convert at all. It's like zero crickets. But if I do the same post as a reel with some audio that I take from the episodes, it converts more. So it gives me a little bit more work. It's something that I'm not really fan to do, because, sometimes we don't feel like doing reels or be mixing audios on, templates, whatever. But it converts more and I get more listeners to my episode. So why am I going to focus on things that are not converting when I can focus on things that do convert? You can use analytic tools directly from the platform. Remember, Instagram has insights, Facebook has analytics. So you can go directly into the analytic page or the insights page of your accounts and check everything. Check what's working, what's not working, what's converting, what is people liking, the time they're in, the time that you're more active. If by changing, I mean, there's so many things you can take into consideration. uh, in the subscription channel of the RK Coach podcast, I will be uploading all the course on social media calendar, where I talk more in detail about all of this. But today, just as a tip, go and check your analytics, sorry, and really highlight success over over expectations. Like, we think sometimes that, oh, we did this reel, it was so good, it's really going to convert, and it doesn't. Your audience is telling you that that's not what they are going to expect from you, or it's not working. So listen to your audience, listen to your followers, and you can listen to them by checking on your analytics. So it's very important to do that. Don't wait until the middle of the year to do it. Do it regularly, but at least do it at least do it now. If you haven't done it yet, at least do it now. um Also, I mean, any social media guru expert is going to tell you this. This is not me inventing anything. I learned this from people who knows, and it's very important to really really understand what's going on in your account and what works and what doesn't work. As your K coach, I am here to help you. If you want to go a little bit further in your journey to organize your time, set clear goals, maybe teach, work on your mindset, or set a roadmap for results, especially for results and success, I am here for you. Why don't you book a free discovery call with me? I will be leaving the links here in this episode so we can chat, we can talk about what you really need, and we can see if we're a good fit for each other. Remember, I have just one mission in this cake world. First is to unite the cake community as one, and to make you, my cake artist, my sweet friend, understand the importance of investing in you. Like I said, I will be leaving the links here in the description of this episode so you can book a 30 minutes free discovery call with me. And just remember, in case nobody said this to you today, I do appreciate you and I want you to stay safe and stay creative. Another thing that is very important to identify are challenges in areas for improvement. You have to discuss if there are, or you have to check if there are any challenges besides your own that are affecting your performance on social media, like fluctuating engagement, algorithm changes, content consistency. All of these factors can also be not helping your social media grow. Think of areas where performance fell short and explore potential reasons why this performance didn't happen. And very important, gather feedback from your community, from your followers, from your audience, and find out what they want. They're very, very simple ways to do it. On Instagram, for example, when you share a story, you have stickers that you have some specific stickers that are for audience engagement, like polls, like questions, like there's one that you slide, like an emoji that you slide. If you like it, if you don't like it, I mean, you slide to a certain stand. All of that create engagement and creates data from your community. So it's very important to really engage. Always include a call to action into your captions, the captions of your post, so you know what's happening, you know how the community is engaging and is reacting. Funny story. I have 3 Instagrams accounts, and that's one thing that I want to talk to Kate when she comes into the show. I have 3 Instagrams accounts. One is, well, actually four. I have my personal account that is just for family and friends. I have the Art Cake Coach account for the podcast and for the coaching. I have the Art Cake Experience, which is for the cakes, collaborations, and everything cake related, like awards and uh, cake events, magazine features, all of that. Every time I do a cake and it has to be put somewhere, I put it there. And I have an account for Cake Friends Stay Creative. Then it was created during the pandemic. I said, well, let's do that. Let's do Cake Friends on on Instagram as well. But I never touched that account. It's like I forget that it exists because our work on Cake Friends Stay Creative is actually on Facebook. That account has grown so much without me even sharing one hello on that account. And I think the only reason is because it's connected to the Facebook account. And the Facebook is really active, as you know it. So, what does that tell me from my audience? It's telling me that my audience wants more. They want diversity. They want to be not only on Facebook because the account keeps growing, people keeps joining, and I'm not posting anything in there. So that's one thing to take into consideration. And I'm really going so hard and so focused on one of the accounts, which is the coaching account, and it's the one that is growing less. So what am I sharing? Why am I sharing this with you? Because by listening to your community, you can actually get to pretty important conclusions that can actually make your work easier. I'm going to ask Kate about this, about what's going on with this. So stay tuned for the next episode. Of course, after you identify challenges, after you check on your metrics and check on your goals, you have to set new goals for the next 6 months to come. So based on that review, adjust the strategies or set new goals for the rest of the year. Okay, just for the rest of the year. Like maybe you need to diversify content. Maybe you need to collaborate with other bakers or other influencers in your niche to bring more audience into it. Maybe you can try some ads, like running social media ads. You could take actionable steps like scheduling regular posts or using new features like not only a post, but reels, stories, videos. Try to engage more followers by diversifying how you post your content. And it's very important to always be flexible and adapt your social media strategies because, and I know it's tiring, but social media, we cannot ditch social media. We cannot just say, no, I'm not going to be on social media. Not at this point in life, not at this point in our business, not because our business is very visual. People are going to expect to look for you on any platform on social media. So we cannot just say, no, I'm tired, I won't do it. But you need to be flexible and you need to adapt because social media is constantly changing. The algorithm is constantly changing. Features are constantly changes. What people is expecting on social media is constantly changes. So you have to be up to date. But like, it wouldn't be me if I just say these and move away. No, me being me, the first thing or my main goal is for you not to get stressed and overwhelmed with social media. So choose your battles. That's what I do. Just choose your battles. Have a strategy, study everything that I mentioned before, check on your settings, check on your analytics, check on your post, have a strategy, be consistent with that strategy, but don't get stressed over it. Please do not get stressed over this. Um, my my approach, how I take it. I'm not an expert. I'm just telling you of what works for me. And I being all over the place this year, like I mentioned before. I started with a lot of energy, then I got frustrated, then I changed my strategy. But today, as I'm talking with you, what I do is I keep a consistency rate of 3 posts a week, trying to vary from um, post to stories to reels. Okay, at least one of each during the week. Stories are easy, so it's easier to make. So sometimes I make more than one story a week. Be consistent to do it weekly. Every time I get a comment or every time I get feedback, answer, respond, follow back the people who follow me. Try to use as many features from the platform as I can and keep track of results. And I do this, I try to organize this weekly. Okay, so once a week I sit down and I see all of the things that I mentioned, what works, what doesn't work, what's my purpose, this is the post. And of course, have a purpose with a post. Don't post just because. Post because post. Sorry, pause. Post. Okay, I don't know what's going on with me today. I cannot speak. Post your content. There you go. Post your content with purpose. Thinking of what is the result that you want out of that publication. Okay, very important. Don't do it just because, oh, I have a picture of a cake, let me just randomly put it there and see what happened. No, have a purpose and have a structure. There are more things, of course, to take into consideration. Have a structure on the what you're writing on the post. You have to have a hook, you have to have an engaging content, and you have to have a call to action. But more of that later. I don't want to stress you today. Today is all about accountability and reviewing what you already have and what's working and what's not working, so you can actually change, move, change your goals, pivot, and make it work. Okay, so to finish this episode, because I don't want to make it too long, like I said, we're going to have another episode with Kate Tynan. Tynan, I hope I'm saying correctly her name. I'm going to ask her about social media. That's what I want to discuss with her, the social media. But of course, we're going to talk about many things, where she will probably enlighten us with great information about it. But if I can leave you with some tips to, or actionable tips to actually start, having a clearer picture of your social media and reviewing what you're doing or what you've been doing so far and what you will do for the rest of the year. One thing that I can talk to you about is consistency. Okay, that's key. Consistency is key in anything in life. You heard me said this before, but it is very important to be consistent on social media. You determine how consistent you want to be. If it's 2 times a week, if it's 3 times a week, if it's once a week. But if it is once a week, it is once a week. Okay? Be consistent on that. Try to be creative with your post on social media and see what works and what doesn't work. You can use scheduling tools, okay, to organize your post. Actually, personally, I've used it. I use scheduling tools for Facebook, and they work fine for me. I don't use scheduling tools for Instagram because I've seen, and actually Kate confirmed that, I've seen that I have a better conversion when I do it at the moment and I share it and I'm on top of the post, that when I schedule the post, I forget about the post and then I don't go and check it out or comment or engage with the people. So I try for Instagram, I do it like 3 times a week: Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, usually around those days. And I do it on the spot. That's what I do. But you can use scheduling tools if that's how you feel that it will work for you. It's very important to engage with your followers. Remember, social media is a social platform. Keep the conversation going. Do not just, I have, I don't know, 5 comments. Yay. Comment back, like the comments, engage with them, follow their work, comment on one of their posts, have the conversation going. I have gained great friends from this on social media. Like, I have my team. I made a post last week about them. I have my team of, I think it's around 5 girls, business entrepreneurs, businesswomen, and they're not, and funny things, it's very, I mean, it's not just cakes. They're different business. They have different businesses, but they have been so supportive. We all have been so supportive of each other that that I mean, they're friends now. They're actually friends. Very and it's nice. It's nice because it's like you have a backup team there that's always like rooting for you. It's like, yeah, you're doing great. And I comment on their post, their comment on mine. We keep the conversation going, and it all started like that. Just responding and having that conversation on social media. So it's very important not to just, I said it on the episode the other day, don't be a ghost poster. You just post and go move away, and it's like you don't go and check it out anymore. It's very important to have the conversation, to keep the conversation going. And of course, explore as many new trends and features from the social media platforms as you can. If they're there for a reason. Remember, social media algorithm wants users to stay on social media, to be engaged on social media, to stay there, because that's how they make money, through our data and through ads. That's how they make money. That's it. We know that. So if they offer you all of these features, is because the algorithm and the people behind the platform knows that these features will keep people engaged. So use the features, like the polls, like the stickers, like countdowns. I mean, just use the features that the platform has there for you. Okay. I think that's it. I think that's pretty much it. Just sit down, review your goals, adjust your strategy, be consistent, identify the challenges and the areas that you need to improve. Remember to check on your metrics and your analytics, not just every 6 months, do that monthly at least, but try to check on that. Um, do your review, sit down, check it out. If you need further help on social media, even though I love the theme, I love to talk about social media, I love to learn about social media, it's not my 100% area of expertise. There are many great coaches and social media experts out there in our niche for cake artists. I'm gonna have one in the in the podcast next week, and there's so many people who can help you. So find help. At least a strategist, somebody who can help you understand your analytics and help you set everything in the correct course of action. Now, if you need help on managing your time on social media, I'm here for you. Remember, I am all for time management and planning. So I'm here for you if you need any help with that. Um, and that's it for today. I think that's it for today. But please go check out your social media. Check out ways that you can take the best out of that. Review your goals, see if they're working, if they're not working, and change them, pivot them, you know, reframe them, whatever is necessary for you to actually have a positive, not only result, but a positive um, relationship with your social media platforms. But don't forget to live life. Don't leave your life behind a phone or a screen. Don't do that. Okay. I have to say that also here in today's episode. Um, we have lived our lives on social media for so long. Social media, it's there. I'm not saying it's evil. I think it's the way we use it and the way we run or escape through social media. We kind of escape from our issues, problems, thoughts, um, name it, you name it. It's doing a lot for new generations in a positive and in a negative way. um my generation grew up without social media, so I know when it's too much and I can stop it, but for other people it's very difficult to stop it and know when is enough. But use it as a tool for your business, but remember to live life as well. Get out of your phone and go enjoy the outdoors and the people who are around you. That's very important as well. I had to say it. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here today. Today was a very short episode. There will be great guests coming up, not only next week, but for the next months to come. I'm going to focus these next few weeks on a lot of interviews so you can have great guests here on the podcast. And I'm going to say it, talking about taking breaks. I've decided to take a break on the month of August from everything, including the podcast. So the podcast is going to take a break of about 4 weeks, but don't worry, because I'm going to leave some episodes pre-recorded. I'm going to leave you with the subscription episodes for the Art K Coach podcast. Remember, the subscription is only €2.99 a month. That's all. It's very cheap. You will have access to audio classes with PDF materials that you can download. You have there a niche target audience, time management, goal setting. I will be uploading the social media calendar planner class as well for you guys. Um, it's a very small investment for all of the things that you're going to gain from the subscription channel of the Art K Coach podcast. And it's there for you. It's another tool that is there for you to use. But I think we need to take a little break just to get better content and uh, to get our batteries recharged. So probably in the month of August, probably not in the month of August, the RK Coach podcast will be taking a little break. So you don't get tired of listening to me as well. So in September, when I come back, you'll be like, yeah, we miss you, Christina. I want to listen to you again. So uh, we all need the break, I guess. I don't know. Well, thank you so much, guys, for listening to this episode today. It was very short, very just tips and a little bit of all over the place. But I hope that you have enjoyed it. And I will say goodbye, as I always say goodbye, my sweet friends. Stay safe and stay creative. I'll see you next time.